Hello, this is Judy Spigarelli from New Hampshire Audubon. Today we're going to make tissue butterflies. Butterflies are pollinators. They're really important to our food supply. Pollinators actually help with about 1/3 of our food source. So about every 3 bites that you take, a pollinator might be responsible. For today's craft, you're going to need a tissue or a piece of tissue paper, a clothespin or a bag clip that's a little bit longer, and either a bread tie, twist tie, or a pipe cleaner. I would encourage you to have some markers, and you might want some glue, also some scissors. So we're going to take our tissue and we're going to draw some designs. You can make this as beautiful as you'd like. Maybe some squiggles, maybe some circles or triangles, something that's going to make your butterfly look just like you envision. For those of you who want more of a challenge, take a picture or take a look at some real butterflies and see if you can't mimic some of their actual markings. For today, I'm just going to use some pretty colors and some bright shapes to make my butterfly. Take your time. This is one of the fun parts. Once you've drawn on your tissue or your tissue paper, you're going to scrunch it up in the middle. So what I mean is to pinch it and then walk your fingers together so that you continue to pinch right up the middle, and then you're going to hold it. It almost looks like a bow tie. In that scrunched up middle part, I'm going to place my clip. For today, I'm using a clothespin. Now I'll open up my wings so I can show off my butterfly. I'm going to need some antenna for my butterfly, so I'll either use my bread tie or my pipe cleaner. Today I'm going to use a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to bend it in half. And if you need to, please get a grown-up's help to cut your pipe cleaner in half. Take one end of your pipe cleaner and wrap it around your pinky finger 2 times so that it's curled, like this. Do the same thing with the next one. 1 time, 2 times, so it's curled. I'm going to make these shaped like antenna for my butterfly. If you're choosing to use glue, you can go ahead and put a little glue in the top of the clip, or I'm just going to open the clip and place the antenna in there. You can get as creative as you'd like with this. You could give your butterfly some eyes. You could use some glitter to sparkle up the body. You make it work how you want it to see, how you want it to be. And that is our tissue butterfly. Thanks so much for joining me for this part of our project. Now that we've made our butterflies, we need a place for them to land, so we'll make a tissue paper flower. For this craft, you'll need a pipe cleaner, some scissors, and 1/3 piece of tissue paper. Here I have an entire piece, so I'm going to fold it into thirds and cut 1/3 off. I'm just going to use my scissors along the edge of the tissue paper so that I cut it into 1/3. Now I'm going to take that piece and I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. So I like to fold it so that I can see that they're about the same size. That's going to be important for our flower. So I have 1/3 piece of tissue paper. Now it is 3 small sheets. I'm actually going to do this one more time. So I take 1/3 of my tissue paper of the big piece, and I'm going to cut this again into 3 pieces, the same size as the first one. You can use one of your squares to measure where it is you cut it the first time. So in total, I'm going to have 6 squares of tissue paper. They don't need to be exact squares. They can actually be rectangles if you prefer, but close to a square will be best. You can use multiple colors. You don't have to use just one color. You could have 3 of one color and 3 of another. I'm going to take all 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to fold them together sort of the way you do a fan. Like this. Fold it just a small amount and put a crease. Holding that fold, flip it over and fold it again and put a crease. You're going to do this all the way until you've folded the entire length of the square. Hold it, flip it, and fold it. Hold it, flip it, and fold it. Now let's trim this up. Mine is pretty uneven, so I'll trim this so that it's about the same edge. Again, if you need an adult's help, that's perfectly okay. Now on the ends, I'm actually going to round the end. I want it to look kind of like the top of a flower petal. So now this is nice and round. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. I'm going to cut it so that it's rounded. Don't forget to get help if you need assistance with this step. So it almost looks like a tongue depressor. Take your pipe cleaner and wrap it tightly around your flower. You want it so that your flower is still flat. So once I put it around, I'm going to twist the bottom. So I guess not too tight, but tight enough to hold it in the middle. I'm going to twist this just a little and start peeling up my flower petals. Let's pull these open, similar to the way that we pulled open our butterfly wings. And this part takes a little patience and a little time. One layer at a time, we're going to pull up the tissue paper. So one layer, and we're going to pull it to stand up on its own. You want to be careful so that it doesn't tear. Then you'll pick the next layer And we're going to do this for each layer. It's okay if it takes a minute to separate them. Tissue paper is kind of thin. So now I'll stand this one up. The next one, this is my layer 3. That means I've got 3 more to go. I'll stand this one up. I hope that you'll try different kinds of colors. Sometimes a patterned tissue paper can be very pretty. Sometimes 3 pinks or 3 blues together will also be very pretty. Maybe you prefer purple and yellow. It's springtime, so there's beautiful, beautiful flower colors out there. So we have done half of the flower. And now I'm going to go to the other side of the tissue paper. I'm going to open it up like I did my butterfly wing, just like before. I'm going to peel up just the first top layer and make it stand up on its own to form the second half of my flower. And we'll do this layer by layer until we get through all 6 layers. Again, take your time. Tissue paper can be a little finicky and easy to tear. So, I'm almost there. And once I have all of my pieces of tissue standing up, you can see that I've made a tissue paper flower. Take some of the middle ones and scrunch them together. You can also pull up from the bottom, make your flower stand a little taller. And now you have a beautiful place for your butterfly to land. Thanks for joining us for this craft time, making our tissue butterflies and our tissue paper flowers. If you've enjoyed our craft time and any of our other online programming, please consider giving a gift to support New Hampshire Audubon at nhaudubon.org/donate. Thank you so much.